My name is Dr. Darby Campbell, and I love my job. I love that I get to serve people in an incredibly powerful, natural way. I get to lay people down on the table. I get to check their spine to see what's going on. And I get to feel if there is what's called a subluxation in their spine. And what a subluxation is it's a misalignment of the vertebra of the back. And so there's a model here, a couple vertebrae here. So these are two backbones, and then we have this nerve that's exiting between. And when we get misalignments to the spine, it can start to pinch and irritate that nerve. Now this nerve is carrying the vital information from your brain to your body. And so if this is your low back and we're getting that pinch, we can get something down the leg. If this gets really bad and a disc injury, you can get a shoot all the way down your leg, and that's called sciatica. But this same nerve, if it's in your low back, could be going to your digestive system, could be going to your reproductive system. And so we can get all kinds of effects by these vertebral subluxations, these backbone misalignments, where we start to pinch that nerve and it starts to interrupt with our brain's ability to communicate with the body. And so I ask this question all the time because it's just so fun and it's so cool. So I have a patient, they lay down on the table and I adjust them, and then I go down and I whisper in their ears like, "Mary, are you better?" And she's just like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "You know what's really cool? I just used my hands. I didn't give you any drugs, didn't do any surgeries, didn't tell you to exercise, didn't tell you to change your diet, although these are all good things at certain times. But when we just restore the body's communication from the brain to the body, things get better." And isn't that cool? Isn't that a phenomenon? I can get you better without just using my hands. It's inexpensive, it's fast, it's convenient, and you get better. And the only thing I'm doing is I'm kind of laying you down on the table, and then I find a vertebra and I bring it back home to where it should be, to where things should be naturally right. And that's what happens. So when we get you adjusted to your body. So how does chiropractic really work? And so this is a diagram I draw a lot, and I really love it. And so this is your brain. This is your spinal cord. 100% of your life is in your brain, and it's flowing down this spinal cord system. And we have nerves that go from our brain into our body in different ways, and we have nerves that go all the way down into our feet and into our arms, and then we have nerves that go to our heart, and we have nerves that go to our lungs, we have nerves that go to our digestion, we have nerves that go to our stomach, we have nerves that go to our kidneys, we have nerves that go everywhere. Your nervous system, your brain, controls everything in your body. Every cell, every tissue, every organ, and every muscle in your body is controlled by your brain. And 100% of your life is sitting in your brain. How do I know that 100%? Because if there is an injury right here and it does that, you are a goner. Because all of that life force, all of that power, all of that electricity can no longer get from your brain to your body, and that is not good things for you. What is more commonly, however, is this system is so important, your brain gets a skull, and this spinal cord gets a spinal column. And so when we have these vertebrae that get shifted and it starts to create pressure on a nerve, like I showed you with that model, it decreases the power from the brain to that area of the body, and then it decreases the ability of the body to communicate what's going on to the brain. And so now the brain and body are functioning in a disconnect, and there's going to be dysfunction, there's going to be disease, and there's going to be a lack of health. And so say we have a vertebra right here that is shifted out of place, and say that nerve is going to your heart, and say your heart is now operating at 60%. Do you think your body and heart is better off operating at 60% or 100%? You're going to say 100%, 100% of the time, because you want 100% of your life force getting to every area of your body 100% of the time, because that is where health is going to be. If we have, say we have grass, and we are watering the grass with water. Grass needs water. And so it's getting the nutrients from the soil, and it's getting water from our sprinkler system or from the rain, and we have nice, vibrant green grass. So now say we take away the water. Say I'm driving in the driveway and I park on the hose that is sprinkling my lawn. And I don't move that car for a while, just let it park there. And then this grass, it starts to die and get kind of wilty. And then it turns brown and gray and just dies. I can go to Home Depot. I can get all the best fancy fertilizers in the world. I can throw all the chemicals at this that I want. I can throw all the fancy fertilizers. That grass is not going to come back because it is not getting the life force that it needs. It is not getting the water. So a chemical problem is not going to, or a water issue is not going to be fixed by a chemical solution. When this is going on in your body, commonly, pills are going to be prescribed. If your blood pressure goes up, you get some pills. If your blood sugar goes up, here's some pills. When in reality, what could be going on is there could be a dampening of life force from your brain to your body. And so the pills, they don't change the power, they're just trying to modulate the symptoms of the depressed power. Now, what would be a better option here? Well, let's get this bone adjusted back into place, restore the power so we're not at 60%, we're back at 100%, or as close to it as we can, because sometimes these tissues get so damaged that there is going to be permanent dysfunction. So we got to get in right away. We got to get you adjusted now, so that we can get this power as fast as we can back to your system so your body can heal and function properly at the highest level possible. And that is how Chiro works. And that is why we need to be getting you adjusted, we need to be getting your kids adjusted, because the faster we can restore that power, the greater the likelihood that we're going to be able to return you to 100%, because unfortunately this can cause breakdown. So we got to be getting you in here now, not only for your health now, but for your future. Because if we're able to get this at 100%, the likelihood of you having a high performance life is going to be very, very great. And so I look forward to serving you in a future office visit.